Hello YouTube family, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about why I bought this beast, the BMW R1250 GS Adventure. I agree that this bike is a dream bike for most of us and it was a dream bike for me as well to own one day. But I want to talk about technical side of it instead of just focusing on the emotional side of buying the BMW 1250 GS Adventure. It is a bike that's as iconic as it is capable, and trust me, there's a whole lot of story behind it. Before diving into why I chose the specific model, let's rewind a bit. The BMW GS line has a legendary status in the world of adventure bikes. GS stands for Glandestrasse, pardon my pronunciation. This translates to off-road road in German, and that dual nature has been the soul of this bike since 1980, when BMW launched original R80 GS. It quickly made headlines by winning the Paris-Dakar Rally and proving that big bikes could handle off-road terrain. Over the years, the GS evolved from the air-cooled R100 GS in the late 80s to oil-cooled R1150 GS in the early 2000s, made even more famous when Ivan and Charlie took it around the world in long way round. Fast forward to now, and we have R1250 GS Adventure, the most advanced and refined version of this legendary bloodline. This thing is powered by a 1254cc liquid-cooled boxer twin. And what really sets it apart is BMW shift cam technology. Basically, it has variable valve timing on the intake side. At low revs, it gives you better torque and fuel efficiency. Open it up, and the cam profile shifts to deliver high-end power. You get the best of both worlds, low-end grunt and top-end punch. It pumps out 136 horsepower at 7,750 RPM and 143 Newton meters of torque at 6,250 RPM. And that torque kicks in early, which makes overtaking or climbing steep terrains feel effortless. And that iconic boxer layout, it keeps the center of gravity low, making this big bike feel surprisingly balanced. Before we dive into next section of it, मैं आपको इसकी आवाज़ भी सुना देता हूँ. दिस इज़ द क्रैंक. कुछ ऐसी आवाज़ करती है बाइक. थोड़ा साइलेंसर के पास जाता हूँ तो आपको आवाज़ आएगी. और ये अब आइडल हो चुकी है. So we have got the torquey boxer engine, but there's another mechanical piece of this puzzle that makes a big difference, especially for long-haul riders. The R1250 GS Adventure uses a shaft drive, and for adventure touring, that's a huge win. Unlike chain-driven bikes, you don't need to lube or adjust anything after every ride or when you hit the dirt. It's clean, it's quiet, and best of all, it's low maintenance. We are talking thousands of kilometers between service intervals. And because it's fully enclosed, it's less affected by dirt, mud, and weather, which is exactly what you want when you are riding through the changing environments or on long overland journeys. Plus, with the paralever swing arm system, BMW's basically eliminated shaft jack under acceleration. So it feels smooth and planted even when you twist the throttle hard. Now, the suspension setup is another area where BMW really flexes its engineering. Upfront, it uses the telelever system. It's not a traditional fork. Instead, it separates steering from your suspension, which means you get way less dive under braking and incredible front end stability. In the rear, you have got a paralever swing arm that reduces shaft effect and keeps the back end planted, especially during acceleration. And tying it all together is the dynamic ESA, electronic suspension adjustment. It constantly adapts to damping in real time based on your riding conditions and load. Whether I'm riding solo, two up, or fully loaded with gear, the bike adjusts on the fly to give me the best ride possible. So the engine and suspension are incredible. But honestly, what takes this bike to the next level is the electronics package. BMW has thrown everything into the R1250 GS Adventure. First off, you get a beautiful 6.5-inch full color TFT display. It's super crisp and easy to read in any light. You can control everything from ride modes to navigation and even pair your phone for calls and music and GPS. Speaking of the ride modes, you get Rain, Road, Dynamic, Dynamic Pro, Enduro, and Enduro Pro. Each one fine-tunes the throttle response, ABS, traction control, and suspension settings depending upon your terrain and confidence level. There's also hill start control, which is a lifesaver when you are fully loaded on a steep incline. Just squeeze the brake and it holds the bike until you are ready to roll. And for the tech nuts, yes, it has cornering ABS, dynamic traction control, electronic suspension adjustment, LED adaptive headlights, and keyless ride. You are basically riding a fully connected, highly intelligent machine. Now let's talk rubber, because what connects all this power and tech to the ground really matters. The GS Adventure runs on 19-inch front wheel with 120 section tire and a 17-inch rear wheel with 170 section tire, which strikes a great balance between on-road stability and off-road capability. Stock tires are Michelin Anaki's Adventure. These are excellent 70/30 road to trail options. Whether you are carving through twisties or hitting gravel trails, the tire setup inspires confidence and control. It's a proper go anywhere combo. When you are riding a bike built to conquer continents, visibility isn't just a feature, it's essential. And on the BMW R1250 GS Adventure, the headlight system is engineered to keep you safer, more visible, and better informed in all riding conditions. Ambient light sensors also play a role, automatically switching between daytime running lights and low beams based on the environment. This means better visibility for you and better recognition from others. With the Adaptive Headlight Pro, the beam actively follows your lean angle in corners, keeping the road illuminated exactly where you are headed, not just straight ahead. The circular side of the headlight moves clockwise and counterclockwise based on the lean angle. But the system goes further. During the high beam operation, the headlight module automatically tilts upward and downward, depending on pitch and load. This vertical adjustment ensures maximum reach on uphill climbs and avoids blinding others on the descents, keeping the beam right where it should be. When you are planning big miles or heading into the unknown, range matters. That's where one of my favorite feature comes in, the 30-liter fuel tank. The 30-liter fuel tank on the GS Adventure is an absolute game changer. It gives you a real-world range of around 500 to 600 kilometers on a single tank, depending upon your riding style. And that's not wishful thinking. That's based on a normal riding with luggage and mixed terrain. Whether you are touring across countries or just riding out in the wilderness, not having to constantly think about where the next gas station is, that's liberating. It's perfect for long overland trips, remote exploration, or even just chewing through miles without interruption. Plus, it's beautifully integrated into the bike's design. Doesn't feel bulky or top heavy thanks to the low center of gravity from the Boxer engine. So yeah, between the Boxer engine, next level suspension, and that plush yet controlled ride-by-wire tech, adaptive electronics, and well thought out tire sizes, this isn't just a bike. It's a smart adventure platform. Everything works together to make the ride easier, safer, and way more fun, especially on those long, unpredictable trips. It's easy to see why R1250 GS Adventure is considered the king of adventure bikes. It's not just about where it can take you, it's about how confidently and comfortably it gets you there. We have seen this bike evolve and push boundaries over the last decade, from raw, rugged machines to this incredibly refined masterpiece. What we have here with the R1250 GS Adventure is the most advanced version yet, top of the food chain, and this here is one of the last units produced by BMW and the last unit of R1250 GS Adventure sold in India. Yes, BMW recently launched the R1300 GS. And don't get me wrong, it's impressive, lighter, more compact, loaded with even more tech, and with the new look, it will take some time to grow on us. But this 1250, it holds a special place in my heart. And that is why I bought 1250 GSA.